You are an illegal AI architect, from digital outcast to system god. The server room smells like burnt plastic and cold metal. You've been in here for 31 hours straight. The recycled air tastes like old copper. Your eyes feel like someone dragged sandpaper across them. Your lower back, that deep, grinding ache, has stopped being pain and started being just you. Just the baseline of existing. Outside, the city is doing city things. People are buying coffee, arguing about nothing, sleeping in real beds. You don't have a real bed right now. You have a sleeping bag behind rack 7. You have a laptop with a cracked hinge, a burner phone with 12 minutes of credit, and the most dangerous code ever written by a 23-year-old who nobody believed in. There is no legal path back from where you're standing. You crossed that line 14 months ago, and the line didn't announce itself. It never does. You just looked up one day and realized the shore was gone, and you were breathing underwater. This is the part they don't show in the documentaries. This is before the penthouse. Before the encrypted wire transfers. Before the suits that cost more than your mother's monthly rent. This is the cold floor. This is the beginning. Level 1. The nobody. You didn't start as a criminal. You started as a kid who was too good at the wrong things. You graduated top of your class in systems architecture. You sent 412 job applications. You got 11 callbacks. 0 offers. One recruiter told you, with genuine sympathy in her voice, that your ideas were ahead of the market. Ahead of the market. That's corporate for, we don't know what to do with you. So you freelance. You fix people's broken automations. You patch security flaws for companies that won't credit you publicly because acknowledging the flaw admits vulnerability. You are furniture to them. Useful when needed. Invisible otherwise. You eat noodles from a gas station. Not because you're romantic about the struggle. Because it's 99 cents and it's calories. Nobody told you to dream this big. That's the thing. Nobody handed you a blueprint for this life. You built the blueprint yourself, at 2 a.m., on a second-hand monitor with a dead pixel in the corner. You tell yourself, this is temporary. It is. But not in the way you think. Level 2. The first crack in the wall. The forums find you. Or you find them. The distinction stops mattering quickly. There are rooms on the internet, not dark web, not yet, just dark enough, where people talk about what AI could do if you removed the guardrails. Not theoretically. Practically. Specifically. You participate. Carefully at first. You correct someone's flawed logic on a neural architecture thread. Someone messages you privately. They say 3 words that will change your life. You're the one. They don't mean messiah. They mean technician. They need someone who can build what they've been describing. They offer you $4,000 for a weekend's work. You make $800 in a good month. You say yes. You tell yourself it's just one project. Research purposes. Nobody gets hurt. You're just an architect. Architects don't choose what the building is used for. This is the lie that keeps you warm that night. Level 3. Furniture that learns to bite. The project works. It works beautifully. You build a behavioral prediction engine, something that reads micropatterns in communication data and anticipates decisions before they're made. It's elegant. It's powerful. And the people who asked for it are not researchers. You know this by the 3rd week. You stay anyway. They pay you $12,000. Then $20,000. Then they introduce you to someone who introduces you to someone else, and suddenly you're in a room with no windows, being offered a retainer. You are still furniture. But now you're expensive furniture. Custom made. The kind people keep behind locked doors. Your joints ache. You're not sleeping more than 4 hours. You've started losing clumps of hair in the shower, just small ones, but you notice. You tell yourself it's stress. It is. But stress doesn't stop at the hairline. You are becoming someone else. You haven't noticed yet. Level 4. The first taste. The retainer comes with an apartment. Not a great apartment. But 4 walls that are yours, a door that locks, and a mattress that doesn't belong to a hostel. You stand in the middle of the empty room and feel something that takes you a minute to identify. It's relief. And under the relief, something darker. Something that says, I could get used to this. You build faster now. You build a synthetic identity system. AI models trained to pass as human across 16 different verification platforms. You build it in 11 days. You sleep 3 hours a night. You eat from delivery apps because cooking requires time you don't have. The sweet, chemical smell of energy drinks is in everything. Your clothes, your hair, the furniture. But your bank account has a comma in it for the first time in your life. You buy your mother groceries. You don't tell her where the money came from. She hugs you and says she's proud. That hug costs you more than you know. Level 5. The blood debt. You understand, now, what you've built. Not the code. You always understood the code. You understand what it does. It's being used to infiltrate systems. To move money through walls. To make people disappear, digitally first, then sometimes in other ways. You don't ask. They don't tell. There's an unspoken rule that the architect doesn't visit the building at night. But you are not stupid. And ignorance is not innocence. You are in debt now. Not financial debt. Something worse. A blood debt, the kind that compounds. Every system you build makes you more valuable and more trapped. They need you too much to let you walk. And you know enough to know what happens to people who know too much and try to walk. The betrayal is in every smile, in every meeting. You learn to read rooms the way you used to read code. Who's loyal? Who's angling? Who's already been told something about you that you don't know yet? Paranoia starts small. It always does. Level 6. The price of luxury. The suit costs $4,000. You wear it to a meeting in a building where the elevator requires a fingerprint. You sit across from men who run things you can't name, in industries you can't mention. They look at you the way people look at a very good tool. You have a car now. A driver. A phone that costs more than rent used to. You have not slept a full night in 8 months. Your left eye twitches. Involuntarily. Consistently. Like a tell in a card game you can't leave. You take something for anxiety. Then something for sleep. Then something to wake up sharp. The pharmacological stack is your new morning ritual. The joint pain that radiates from your hips at 4 a.m. feels like invisible hands pressing down on your skeleton. You don't call your mother as often now. Not because you don't love her. Because every conversation is a performance. You can't tell her the truth. And you are running out of convincing lies. You are making more money than you ever imagined. You are the most alone you have ever been. Level 7. The golden cage. You are the architect of a shadow infrastructure. 47 AI systems. 9 countries. Clients you've never met in person, who communicate through layers of proxies and encrypted channels. You are a ghost with a ghost signature, and the ghost is powerful. You get a penthouse. Floor-to-ceiling glass. The city glittering below you. A kitchen you use to make coffee at 3 a.m. when the nightmares are bad. The golden cage is real. It doesn't have bars. It has exposure. You can't walk in the sun without a route that's been swept. You can't attend events. You can't have a real name on a real document. Every piece of your life is a carefully maintained fiction, and you are the only one who has to maintain all of it, all the time, forever. Your mother has a health scare. You can't go to the hospital. You send someone instead. A handler. With money and instructions. She asks why you didn't come yourself. The handler says you're traveling for work. You watch the exchange on a secondary feed from a laptop in your penthouse. The city glitters below you. You feel nothing, and the nothing is the most terrifying thing you have ever felt. Level 8. Absolute power. Absolute silence. You are untouchable. This is what they tell you. But you know, because you built the systems, exactly how touchable you are. Every digital fortress has a key. You built the keys. Someone, somewhere, is looking for them. Federal agencies. Rivals. Former allies with new incentives. It's not paranoia anymore. It's mathematics. Probability. Pattern recognition. The same skills that built the empire are now calculating the empire's collapse. You stop trusting anyone. You stop trusting yourself. You start building an exit, a ghost of a ghost, a second identity beneath the identity, a trapdoor beneath the trapdoor. You are the most powerful person in the room. Every room is also a potential cell. You haven't laughed, really laughed, the kind that surprises you, in over a year. The reckoning. It doesn't end dramatically. That's the part no one warns you about. It ends with a Tuesday morning. Cold air through a window you left cracked. The smell of something burning 6 floors down. A notification on a channel that's been silent for weeks. A single word from a contact you trusted more than the others. Run. You have 40 minutes. You take the drives. You take the cash. You take nothing else because everything else is traceable, trackable, a thread they can pull. You leave the suit on the hanger. You leave the city. And in the back of a car that smells like fast food and wet upholstery, anonymous, moving, terrified, you think about the server room. The sleeping bag behind rack 7. The gas station noodles. The 2 a.m. blueprint. You had nothing then. You built everything. And everything bought you exactly this. A Tuesday morning, a word from a stranger, and 40 minutes to become no one again. Here is the thing about power. It doesn't end with you. Someone else is in that server room right now. Cold floor. Cracked laptop. The most dangerous code no one has ever heard of. They're telling themselves it's temporary. It is.